Welcome back everyone to more Standard and Arena with me, Autumn, aka Rainy the Witch. Today we're playing some of the deck lists from this past weekend of tournaments. In particular, this one comes from Regional Championship Turin, where we see this deck Momo White, Mono White, but with Momo. I think this deck is so sick. I've been very keen to play it. It's a mono white deck built all around Momo friendly Flier, who of course kind of an all-star of Standard, seen a lot of play in Boros Dragons. Here we have it in mono white, where not only does it make your flyers cheaper, but it synergizes with Starfield Shepherd, because your Starfield Shepherd can grab it for you, and then if it's in play, your Starfield Shepherd costs 1 mana to warp. So you can go 1 mana, warp your Shepherd, get a Pixie, bounce the Shepherd, make a bunch of 2 mana Nurturing Pixies. We also have some sick lines here with Springleaf Drum. We can go turn 1 Drum, turn 2 Momo, kick Sage of the Skies, get 2 Sage of the Skies on turn 2. We've got some sick lines of Haliya and Cosmogrand Zenith as well. This deck seems so sweet, so grindy, and yet also really explosive. Let's get into some games with some Momo White. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're enjoying the stream, go check my YouTube. If you're enjoying YouTube, go check my stream. Links are on screen. I also have a Patreon and a Metafy, both of which are very much worth checking out if you want to play Mono Green Landfall, which is the deck we play most often on stream. We've had great results with Mono Green Landfall. I have a guide up on both my Metafy and my Patreon. Someone top 8'd the Spotlight this past weekend over in America with my Mono Green 75, and they thanked me for the guide. If you want to win your RCQs, go check out that guide. It's well worth it. Alright, this is not the most explosive hand, but I do think it's a keep. We have the Voice of Victory on the play. Can't complain about that. Seems very respectable. Opponent is mulliganing over that. Alright. Well, we will just be saying go. Getting our Voice of Victories ready. Hopefully they're not on a Lanoir Elves Strat. It does seem like they are, though. Which is obviously a little bit spooky. Put on as fast a clock as we can. Obviously, we don't have much interaction in our hand for their ramp right now, which is a bit concerning, but we will try our best here. They fire for Riddler. They fire for Seam Rip on the Voice of Victory. Very rude, very uncalled for. Very much what is happening, though. Alright, I think I just want to get the Zenith down. Zenith represents some potentially explosive pressure. Try and end this game nice and quick. Selesnya and Bant Rhythm is definitely a thing right now. Yeah, with the Bright Glass Gear Hulk. No, that makes sense. It seems nice. I did a coaching session with someone the other day where they ended up facing Bant Rhythm. It seemed very nice. Hey there, Jenny. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Let's go for a Voice of Victory. Get lost on the Gearhawk. Go ahead and make some 1/1s that we can start pumping next turn. And get in there for 2. Obviously, they have this Melt Striders in hand. They can't quite use it this turn as far as I can tell, unless they were to fight the Voice of Victory with a Mockingbirded Zenith, which would be quite good. Hey Gwen, good to see you. I'm considering all their options, because they certainly do have a few. We really want to untap with a Zenith at least once. Or at least once more, so we can pump this board up. Okay, the Nurturing Pixie is up to 1. So that's good to know. Alright, they are making a Zenith. And they might be fighting our Voice of Victory. Oh, they're seam ripping our Voice of Victory. Alright, that's pretty good too. Pretty solid. Ooh, this is also pretty solid though. So, we're gonna warp our Shepherd. I assume I'm just getting a Momo, right? We go for a Momo. We cannot really attack terribly well. If we attack all, the Zenith gets to eat a 2/2, which is a bit sad. But we can bounce the Shepherd, which is alright. And then we can say go. They did miss their land drop next turn, so that means hopefully they shouldn't be able to fight down our Zenith too easily. Ooh, so they still have 4 mana post Cub. This Cub is essentially 0 mana. Whilst making their future turns terrifying, indeed. And then they seam rip the Momo. Okay. Of course, there are more Momos where that one came from, but their team is getting very large and in charge and hard to attack into. They take down the Pixie instead. It's very annoying that this Mockingbird has flying. Huge wall in the skies over there. Another seam rip. 3 of them was not enough. Cute that you can tap the seam rip to the pollinator, of course. Now they've grown their Zenith, so ours dies horribly. Yeah, it looks like this game is one that we can pack up in a moment. Their Zenith has kind of run rampant over us, unfortunately. Alright, game 2. So, surprised we don't have any sweepers. I guess we have these Clarion Conquerors. Clarion Conqueror will certainly do. Creatures you control get +X/+X. What a strange and fascinating card. So I don't want Sheltered by Ghosts because they have a bunch of seam rips. I might want Requisition Raid for their seam rips though. And their Gearhawks. In terms of things I might not want, I guess we're bringing in Conquerors, so we could maybe get rid of something a bit expensive. We could also get rid of the Springleaf Drums because they are anti-synergistic with Conqueror. Although they do help our Conqueror come down early, so always interesting. Obviously, these Figure of Fables are also kind of anti-synergistic, even if they're nice to tutor up with Starfield Shepherd. That's a consideration too. Oh my god, I have mismatching Springleaf Drums. I was wondering why I only had 3 Springleaf Drums in the deck. Oh boy. Oh, I guess you always want a farm animals that you can tutor for, right? That's funny. Yeah, I worry that, like, taking out Springleaf Drum is going to drop our power level too much. I don't know if I can board out some of these 3-drops instead. Maybe if I'm taking out Springleaf Drum, Sage of the Skies gets, like, a little bit worse. So I kind of feel like Sage of the Skies is a big part of what this deck is doing. I think as I keep bringing in Conqueror, I'm going to take out the drums. I don't know if that's correct. It might not be. But I think it makes sense to me. Let's try this. Imagine playing Mono White in Standard. Malamet with the 88 months of support. I would never play Mono White in Standard. Certainly not a thing I've done many, many times before. I mean, this answers some mana dorks. Cannot complain about that. Does need to draw some pieces, bits and pieces here to come together, but I mean, if we draw a land next turn, we get to go Seam, Rip, Sage of the Skies, and that's deeply unpleasant. Or Haliya, Sage of the Skies, too. They don't have white mana yet for their Seam Rips. Alright, land, please. Well, that's like arguably better. Good luck, have fun, opponent. Let me introduce you to Stone Rain on a free. Pretty good. Pretty good. Second Magimal. Sure. Sure thing. Oh, I would love to have drawn a land there. Kind of just want to cast the Sage of the Skies. Because it lets me attack with my free. Without worrying about the counter-attack. It also puts another Flier pressuring them. Oh, Wild Waker! Hello. Good to see you. Good luck. Snatandrid. GL Snatandrid. Thank you. Sorry, I normally don't care about typos. That one was like quite entertaining to me though. Oh, they have the fight spell and they really want me to block so they can fight down my Sage of the Skies. That's adorable. Definitely not happening. Now we just get to hold open a removal spell for that fight spell. So isn't that nice? All right. Very good, very good. I'm wondering if we want like 2 drums. 2 drums is like enough, like the right amount where we get the acceleration, but we don't like draw them with Conqueror too often. They also do let us cast Conqueror a turn early, which is nice. And I think this Cosmogrand Zenith card is quite poor in the matchup. Based on the fact that we triggered it twice game 1 and came nowhere remotely close to winning. Conqueror is a very silly card. Oh, turn 1 Momo, turn 2 Conqueror is real nice, but I think we're meant to go looking for a land. Although, Momo lets us Starfield. Okay, this hand's kind of cooking. As long as they don't kill our Momo, we get to Starfield for a land. Maybe that's too risky on the draw against the Seam Rip deck, though. The Seam Rip Meltstriders deck. Possible it's too risky. Cosmogrand looked nice for opponent game 1. True. I could also seam rip their elf potentially instead, but I think I want to get my Momo down for Shepherd turn 2 value. Just hope they don't have the Melt Striders here. Don't you dare touch my Momo. God damn it. That's so brutal. Oh, we drew a land anyway. Very skillful. Alright, let's go seam rip this elf, I suppose. Fire off the most curious of farm animals. Never didn't have it. So true. Not having it would just be such a punt. You're just always meant to have it. Oh my god. Land? Eh. Go get a plains, I guess. Alright, we do have to hope they don't play an Herboroid. If they do, we're gonna be a little bit sad. Slash dead. Mostly dead. With like a side dish of sadness. Yeah, that's more beatable than Herboroid at least. Although still, you know, quite scary. I guess the Mockingbird copying the Gearhawk is actually pretty problematic. I probably have to farm animals this Gearhawk, right? Quite annoying. Yeah, not like the least annoying thing in the world. Boop. Don't know when is optimal to do this. I assume I can just chill though, considering both of these are sorcery speed. Opponent's on 14. They're helping us out here. Alright, let's kill this Gearhawk. Then they're gonna have to Mockingbird like a Nurturing Pixie, I guess. Kind of relieved this is the best thing they could do with their turn. I used to get to bounce their other Mockingbird and have a 2/2 flyer though, so it's not like terrible for them. Oh. Well, they just have a 1/1. Fair enough. My Nurturing Pixie, that's rude, opponent. Rude and uncalled for. So we can go Haliya. Momo. I kind of just want to get this Conqueror down, I guess. I could go Shepherd for Pixie. Pick up Shepherd. I could also go get a Plains of a Shepherd. I worry that if I do that, well, I guess if I do that, I just start casting Shepherds next turn, right? So it's actually fine. I don't mind warping this, because next time I can just start casting them. Alright, that's pretty nice, actually. And land is good with Air Temple, too. Hey, Sophia. Momo learns the drums, indeed. Momo's so musical. Oh, we can go Haliya Sage of the Skies next. And obviously they can kill the Momo, I guess, with this Melt Striders. But, you know, we're doing alright for ourselves. As long as they don't draw Ouroboros. As long as they never draw Ouroboros, we're in a good position. If they draw specifically Ouroboros, this game becomes hell. But, you know. They haven't done it yet. Uh-oh. I mean, that's interesting. I guess they're saving the Melt Striders to kill Conqueror with later. Makes sense. Ooh, very good draw. That lets us Haliya Sage. Oh, I could get ruined by Archdruid's Charm here. I guess. I didn't really consider that. Although it only like unlocks the pollinators. It's not the end of the world. It's like pretty suboptimal, but could be worse. Certainly nice to get the Archdruid Charm out of their hand at least, because that card is quite potent. It means they only have the fight spell left. So, you know, I'm not too worried. Right, Haliya doing some good work here. Are they going to search for something instead? Are they going to get Ouroboros? Please don't. That would be so cringe. Although it doesn't... Oh, Riddler, sure. Whatever. I mean, it's good. It's very good. It lets them fight our Conqueror, but... we very much get to keep playing the game, at least. Okay, that one's also quite good. Like, anywhere the elf. Fascinating. Because I guess because they're killing the Conqueror and they just want all the mana in the world. Yeah, they didn't realize the token had mana value free. Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it? Alright, goodbye, Conqueror. You will be missed. They've one card left, but they're also going to get a Riddler in their warp zone for next turn. Ah, it's a Reacher. Okay. Sage of the Skies, huh? So we could do this plus another Sage. I mean, that gets a lot of bodies down. That sounds pretty good. Whoa, they're single blocking the Haliya. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty on board with this. Yes, we just get a Nurturing Pixie. Two more Sages. Draw a card of Haliya, because we've gained 10 million life, approximately. We're on 37, chat. That's ridiculous. This deck is quite silly, I agree. This deck is exceptional vibes. It must be said. Yeah, she Soul Warden, she draw cards, she Centaur Courser. Haliya just does everything. Chat, Centaur Courser or Nessian Courser? Important question. So if we attack all, well, attack with all flyers, they block 2. They can block 3. And then we can Air Temple and feel very happy. I assume we just want to do some good old swinging. There's a future Sideboard a fan. Nessian Course. Well, that's an excellent point. I forgot about that one. I'm too used to the Pharaoh sprinting. Maybe the Haliya attack is pretty free. I guess it is. Ooh, blocking the Haliya. Alright, blocking a Sage. Sure thing. I feel like, yeah, I guess this makes sense. Talking about flashbacks, how about Gavany Township right now? Any Gavany Township enjoyers? You forget that Pollinator has flying. Yeah, it's a Mockingbird. It's a Pollinator in disguise. Or a Mockingbird in disguise? I guess it's a Mockingbird in disguise. Alright, well, I mean, it doesn't seem bad for us. Transformers set confirmed. Wait, really? Wild stuff. I guess it was kind of inevitable, right? Does this mean we're gonna get a pony set at some point? It must do, right? Alright, 50 life. 52 life. Very normal. Oh, you were riffing. That makes sense, TSS. Oh my goodness. I'm very silly. I take everything so sincerely. Stag needs Charming Prince. True. I mean, that card's actually in Standard, right? In Foundations. Hey, Balf. It's going good. How about you? Formidable speaker. Okay, what's the best thing you can find, my friend? It is now officially too late for Ouroboros. Gearhulk. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I feel like any game where they put Ouroboros in play is probably unwinnable, but they did not do that, and we murdered them, so that's good. Shoutouts to opponents who don't have Ouroboros. Oh my gosh, Ralph, can you imagine? Am I allowed to keep this hand? It's very, like, mopey. This might be like a hand I meant to mulligan. But I don't know, I removed my opponent's first few things. Could be a lot worse, right? I say as they cast only 1 mana things for the entire game. Springleaf Drum is like kind of an insane draw. I wish I could have Get Lost open whilst casting the drum, but I need the drum in play for like Haliya Sage of the Skies next turn if I draw a land. Whoa, Sis Splicer. Rude. Land. Heck. Heck, gosh and darn. So I could go warp, tap for white, play Pixie, pick up drum, play drum, draw a card, or I could just get lost to Sis Splicer. Which might be the better idea, but I guess I really want to draw land. Yeah, Pixie's a pretty alright blocker, exactly. If they somehow don't have a shock in their hand, we should be so lucky. Alright, there's our land drop. Whoa. Oh. I mean, if this is their whole turn, it's kind of chill, right? I guess they get to firebrand my Pixie now, but kind of chill. Their whole turn is killing my Pixie and they lose a creature in the process. Yeah, Pixie traded for firebrand and a turn. Very acceptable. Whoa, excuse me? They must have a burst lightning, right? I guess we just take 2. Because the Zenith is going to give us the silliest board ever. Or maybe they figured it replaces itself. Yeah, I guess they figured it replaces itself. Right, I was meant to block. Playing around things is for fools. Anyway. Get rid of this War Leader's cool. Play the Sage of the Skies. Make some 1/1s. Very good. Game seems over. What on earth? Oh my god. Their deck is exclusively these effects. That's so funny. Wow, and there's another one? Tremors, yeah. Tremors everywhere, as far as the eye can see. Oh my god. Okay. Here I was planning on killing one of their guys. Kinda just want to do this thing. This is certainly the funnier play. Regardless of whether it's correct or not. Tremors meet life gain. Seems pretty horrific for them. We just get to block with our lifelinkers. You can't really imagine losing same. It would be quite challenging. Alright, we took a total of 2 damage from that attack. Very nice. +1 counters. +1 counters. Good luck, have fun. Not only did we win the game, we gain 18 life. Whew. Could even get lost one of our own things and gain 2 more. Alright, that was pretty convincing. Let's bring in these sheltered by ghosts, I guess. Because why not? Nothing else too exciting in the sideboard. Figure seems like pretty slow here, right? Although very funny with sheltered by ghosts. I'm glad the throwing system's working again. Sometimes it gets a bit fussy. Alright, very reasonable hand, I believe. Cannot complain about a Springleaf Drum. Okay. Messed up. Sure. So much damage to be dealing to poor little me. I wonder if it's better to hold open Get Lost and kill this Raphael. Or like an Anthem. Probably, right? Yeah. Alright, which one are we killing? I assume it's the War Eater's cool. So if we kill the turtle, they attack for 4, 5, 6. If we kill the war leaders, they attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool is more damage, I believe. That is correct. And then we get to introduce our opponent to our friend Sage of the Skies again. An introduction for which I'm sure they'll be very grateful. Guess I can tap for mana with this on the stack, huh? Unclear that this is worth it. But I'm doing it anyway. So I want that 2/2. No 1/1s allowed. Alright. Terrifying. How are there so many of these effects in Standard? By the way, when did that happen? Oh. Genuinely insane. Is Tremors in Standard? Whatever, Foundations, I'll believe anything at this point. Wow, I thought they'd want the map to sack to this torch. And get rid of a Sage. You can sack the token. That does mean attacking with that headliner. Which, you know, maybe not ideal right now. It is in found. Wait, no way. That's insane. Everything is in Foundations. Nothing is ever not in Foundations. It's just how it goes. Yeah, if they had one more mana, this game would have been potentially a bit spookier. It's true. Okay, they're killing 2 Sage of the Skies. They can get rid of the 2 real ones. Oh, what? Okay, this stops us gaining 2 life, but it also means that we can bounce our Sage of the Skies. Maybe they just figure they can't beat another Nurturing Pixie anyway, and it's all pretty immaterial. I guess I can already bounce Sage here, but I could bounce Shepherd and then just get lost the Sharpshooter, and that's pretty good. Develop another drum. In the process. So lets them get in an attack for the Raid Goblin Maker, but you jokingly checked if Bushwhacker was in Foundations and it was one of the special guests. Yep. Oh, that does check out. So ridiculous. Okay, let's get in for 8. No! That is so messed up. How could you do this to me, opponent? How will we ever win the game now? The Starfield Shepherd sure is an army in a can. Well, sorry I haven't been streaming in a few days, by the way, chat. I've had a lot going on, but I should be, well, I'm streaming on Wednesday for once, so I should be back for the foreseeable. At least I think it's Wednesday. I hope it's Wednesday. Today is, in fact, Wednesday. Excellent. The Starfield Shepherd has become 3 entire Nurturing Pixies over the course of its lifespan, and has yet to stick around. It's kind of fantastic. All right, that was a fun game, I will admit. I gotta say, when you queue into the red aggro deck with your Sage of the Skies deck, you're gonna have a good time. Ha. Sounds pretty insane. If we draw a land, it's like comically insane, and even if we don't, it's pretty good. Oh, well. This might make things harder. Jeskai control, huh? Oh, they just have nothing, apparently. How unusual for Jeskai control to not have Helix or No More Lies on turn 2. I guess we're about to get swept into oblivion, huh? A little bit rude and uncalled for. Yes, we should, in fact, make them have it. Now they have to have a sweeper. And they do not. Insane stuff. So we have 6, 7... 6, 7. 7 damage. Let's play a voice. Yeah, I worry that plays into Ultima too much. Ang to stay alive? I feel like most people don't play Ang, do they? I know some people do. I just feel like Ultima's so likely next turn. I don't really want to commit anything else to the board. Gwenko is Jeskai. Yeah, but Gwenko barely exists. There are like 7 people in the world who play Gwenko, and half of them are in this chat. All right. Well, no spell snap, please. Nice. I was mostly just goofing around, Balf, but Emily would be one of the rare Gwenko players, indeed. All right, please don't have a second sweeper, my friend. First sweeper is pretty easy to beat. Second sweeper gets trickier. Third sweeper is definitely game over. Honestly, second sweeper might be game over. Oh my god, that's a second sweeper. Vomit. Well, we can now officially play around nothing. So isn't that nice? We played at sorcery speed. I had a voice of victory in play, Valve. They sure did play at sorcery speed. I hope they would. Alright. Please nothing else. This is everything I have. Just have nothing else. Despite stocking up and consulting like 10 times this game. Oh, they had nothing else. Very nice. So the good news is, hell yeah. The bad news is we don't have sideboard cards by the looks of things. Guess we're bringing in Requisition Raid because it can pump our team. We could bring in a Clarion Conqueror because it is a free. That doesn't sound terribly exciting. I wish we had like some Planeswalkers in the sideboard. Where are our Ajanis? Can I put some Ajanis in my sideboard, please? This is a 1/1. Love a good 1/1. Ghosts for the ward, yeah? I mean, notably Clarion turns up our drums. But it's probably better than anything else. Ah, yes, the fabled Clarion Conqueror Springleaf Drum synergy is here already. Spectacular hand. It's something, alright. It's something. Oh, resolves. Do I want to Pixie the Drum and get a 2/2 down? I don't know. It's not like hugely exciting. I kind of need this drum in play for Haliya reasons, right? Because now I get... Oh, that's also interesting. Now I get to go Haliya Warp. Make a white. Momo. Shepherd. Find a plains. Pixie the Shepherd. Draw a card. Alright. Standard feels so much like Solitaire. Well... I don't know. We're figuring out how to sequence our things around our opponent's things. That's just Magic. It's kind of what you expect from a game of Magic. Alright. And then kill the Starfield Shepherd. Root. Here comes the sweeper, I suppose. It'd be a tough sweeper to... Oh. What? Yeah, that's pretty good too. It's pretty good too. Oh, that's a very good draw. Go warp. Find my pixie. Play my pixie. Three, 6, 9. I guess I kind of want to crack maps instead of requisitioning this turn, right? Crack maps while the mapping's good. Now they have to sweep next turn or they die horribly. Okay, well, that's not sweeping the board. Is it enough to keep them alive though? Maybe. Well, I guess not. I guess they're just dead. Phil with the prime number of months. 103, everyone's favorite prime number. Thank you for each and every one of those months of support, Phil. I don't know if it's actually everyone's favorite prime number, but you know, it's a pretty good number. Nurturing Pixies get there. Alright, that was pretty convincing, I will say. Hannah's pretty bad. It does draw a card turn 2. Yeah, whatever. This hand is like a pretty insane turn 2. It doesn't need much to go from there. Maybe this is ambitious, but you know, well, land off the top is exactly what I wanted. If I checked the Gwenko card decks with the new TMNT card, I know not of which card you speak. If they ever get lost, I'm gonna scream. Okay, they do not. My god. Ninja Go. Cut the names in the stupid set. Red, white, sorcery, exile target creature you control, return it to the battlefield, or deal damage equal to the greatest power among creatures you control to target creature an opponent controls. Huh. I'll go Ninja Go. That doesn't make the name any better. I'd like it on the record. Fascinating. Nice with Shiko, yeah. It does seem pretty disgusting. Actually insane, right? Actually just completely ridiculous. Okay, it's Gwen. So, I guess we attack for 1 and then we go Zenith Pixie. Not a vanilla ice fan. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And what I'm about to say will surprise no one. I do not know who Vanilla Ice is. I'm sure this is the least shocking news. I genuinely have no idea. I've heard the name before, but I could tell you zero defining qualities other than based on what has been said in chat. Apparently they are a musician or singer. Ice Ice Baby. Oh, they made that song. He made that song? I assume he made that song? I can't remember anything about the song, but I know that song exists. I'm so out of touch. You think we are dead? I get the distinct impression we could be. Although not yet. Not yet. You must continue to believe in our continued survival. I really want to pump the team so I can attack them, but I also really want to draw cards. I feel like drawing cards is probably more needed right now. That deck seems very cool. Has Gwinko just become good? Did Gwinko just become good overnight? Oh my freaking god. Pretty strong. No, it was always good. Oh boy. He did well at the spotlight. Oh, nice. I would be very curious to see. Oh my god. They have so many more cards than me. It's actually kind of horrifying. Ooh, thank you. I will check that. Discord. Jeskai midrange. Go, ninja, go. Oh, they just played it. This is unpleasant. Okay. I can't imagine this is like the most winnable matchup ever. If we're being completely honest. We might as well go ninja go to game 2. I will not apologize. Stop it. Oh my god. Oh my god, opponent. Alright, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. Have your fun. Is this Splinter Twin? Basically. The real Splinter Twin is Shiko plus Go Ninja Go. Which doesn't seem like especially beatable, if I'm being honest. Every deck is Splinter Twin. True. Yeah, standard is oops all Splinter Twins right now. That's just how it be. Alright, game 2. I will say, I'm not filled with like optimism about this match, but we'll try our best. You know, maybe they mulligan to 4-2 games in a row. Filled with optimism about playing their deck. Oh, their deck is absolutely 100% the next thing we're playing. Probably tomorrow, but we are playing that deck. Oh, what? That's insane, Sophia. Hell yeah. Great job. You love to hear it. Okay, can we draw a Springleaf Drum? Oh, apparently it doesn't matter. Goodbye, Momo. You'll be missed. Supposedly a Vish Cube is a cube based on Avishkar. one would assume. So good. Oh, I wonder if I was meant to play this in Pumpix. Now I don't have a thing for Sage next turn. That was pretty loose of me. Yeah. Ill-timed explosion incoming. I'm so dead. Okay, well... It would be well-timed, true. I think it's kind of hard for an explosion to not be well-timed against this deck. TBH. This deck is exceptionally weak to explosions. Huh. Go Ninja Go. Cantrip, terminate, make free mana. Yeah, cantrip, terminate, dark ritual was pretty good, I will say. Pretty strong card. So unpleasant. They didn't explosion me last turn. They've only drawn like 5 cards since then. Yeah. Pretty strong. Yeah, maybe I was... No. Maybe I was just meant to pump Figure. I just feel like then they can just ignore my board, but... Maybe they can't. Maybe I'm being silly. Well... Go figure. Go. I'm sorry. I feel like Figure of Fable should be like... red-green. Single red-green. This becomes a 2/2. 1 red-green. This makes you a treasure when you attack with it. 3 red-green. This gains tap, copy a non-legendary creature you control until end of turn. I feel distinctly, like, misled by this card. Has to be like Figure of Destiny. But Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Lawa. Hey, Yakshak. My opponent's deck is the least pleasant Magic deck I've played against in a minute. This is so, like, deeply uncalled for. It might have an illegal mono-green matchup. I mean, that makes me feel better. Best deck continues to be best deck. I will gain the motivation to update it, but alas, not yet. Oh, no. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Arena UI having a normal one's the most normal. New Capenna is the most recent set in that. Honestly, that's more recent than one might expect. How does cube work in paper? The same way drafting works in paper, I don't know. You just have 360 cubes and you shuffle them and make packs. It's easy. Birds. Opponent's playing the only good deck in Standard. Mono Green continues to be the single playable deck in Standard. Always was, always will be. Shoutouts to my Mono Green Landfall guide, available over on my Metafy and Patreon. Hashtag get those wins. You know, let's go to game 2. Aw, shopping Sophia. I might update it one day. It won't be for a while though. I do like that cube. Interesting how I advertise Mono Green while losing the game to Mono Green. Because it's the good deck. What do you want? It's just the good deck. It's the singular good deck. I do genuinely think Mono Green is like comically ahead of the field, but who knows how reasonable a take that is. It's just how I see it. We shuffled 360 cards together. You'd only have squared the cubes together. You'd only have squared the number of cards and not cubed it. You know, it's the most true thing I've ever heard. A bold take, but I respect you for it. I don't think this hand is ever winning a game, sadly, against my opponent's deck at least. This hand can probably win a game. Maybe. Possible I'm being a little bit optimistic with that take, but... Go, Lima, go. Oh, my Lima. Actually, so rude. Just that easy. So we have to, yeah. Let's do number 2. Behold, second lemur. Do they not have a land? Maybe this game's winnable. Oh my god. That'd have been the funniest possible moment to draw a Clarion Conqueror, by the way. Maps give them lands. Yeah, they're welcome to crack some maps if they want to, though. We got the sky. It's funny. I feel like shockingly close to like being dead if I don't draw this land. I don't know. Maybe I respect mono green too much, but okay, game 3. Let's draw a Clarion Conqueror, please. Please and thank you. Well, this doesn't have Clarion Conqueror, but I imagine it's like a bit too good not to keep. Momo! Go, Lima, go. Damn. If we drew a Clarion Conqueror there, can you imagine? Oh, I really want to kill this Cubs before they do nonsense with it, but I feel like I should just get my pressure going instead. And just hope their hand is in any way remotely raceable. Seam Rip, that's very good though. Okay, Seam Rip gives us a chance. Certified Lima moment, so true. Opponent, chill the hell out, please. Oh my god, what? That has reach. Sure does. Sure does. Oh my god. Me? But we know they have 3 spells in hand is the problem. So much mana, just a little bit. One, two, three, four, five, 6. If I play Sage, I'll have a 2-turn clock with these 2 get losts. It feels very optimistic though. Could also just kill the scrap shooter and hit them. I could also kill Badgermole to slow them down. I hate doing this. I think I have to kill the Badgermole. Damn, they are fishing for lands right now. Apparently I made the right choice. Apparently my decision has paid off kind of obscenely well. My Momo! Rude. So I could get lost the scrap shooter and just start hitting them. Get lost Voice of Victory. But honestly, Momo might just be better than Voice of Victory. Because it has flying. Go, Lima, go. Pretty good. We have them on a 2-turn clock, but oh, that's insane. Excuse me? Okay. That matchup seems truly abysmal, but they shorted Brick hard in game 3 and game 2. So we'll take it. We'll take it. Alright, we're gonna hope Seam Rip has text. Hey. It has text. Good luck with the balloon, Sophia. Alright, well. Yes, we're just recasting it. Because I want to save Figure for Sage of the Skies next turn, right? Yep, that's a draw free. Sure thing. Pretty strong. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good too. It must be said. And another one. Hell yeah. Okay, we can Seam Rip that. And they're not killing my stuff. Which is nice. No, that counts as killing my stuff, unfortunately. So... Oh, this is gonna gain life. Insane. Synergy deck. Kind of funny, the more life we gain, the more work Monument has to put in. Not that I'm feeling great about our situation, but it is interesting. Okay. Don't love doing this, but I guess I'm going to. Sure. Comes the Gran. Filtering through those landlands. Like, that actually is really scary. It's going to filter their draws so nicely. It'll quench you. So I'm going to pay 2. I am shocked how in this game we are. Despite everything, it's still slightly hard for me to imagine winning this, but like really damn close. Alright, Monument has landed. Grand's kicking ass, indeed. 1 damage at a time. Discards Burst Lightning, can make a chump blocker with an Otter. But going for the draw free instead. Okay. Am I just meant to level this up? I feel like if I wait, they need to have 2 answers for it, and they need to answer my other stuff. I don't know that they can do that very easily. Considering they're going to have 3 mana. 2 mana, rather. 2 mana to achieve 3 things. It's not the easiest in the world. Damn, we actually won this game. That's insane. It took so long for us to start dealing damage to them. I'm astonished that we won. Genuinely astonished. Hard to know how much removal to have and what types. Hard to know how we make room for everything. Maybe 4 Rest in Peace is overkill. We definitely want a couple copies though. I feel like Get Lost is probably broadly worse than Seam Rip. We have other disenchants coming in anyway, so we don't want to be like overkilling on that. God, Figure of Fable was so insane, but I might just trim one to make room here. Let's try this. This one might be a mulligan, sadly. This one is a keep, I guess. Keep and hope they don't have quench. Alright, well, we get our card. Could be worse. It's a pretty good one. Worry about my Zenith just dying. Maybe I lead on Haliya first, and then we can go Zenith Drum next turn. It's pretty reasonable. They're leveling up. Okay, that means they can only answer one of our things this time. Oh, wow. That's a good card. I wish I could actually sequence this before the Zenith, but that is not how magic cards work. I'm gonna save the drum for the trigger next time. Oh. So rude. Alright, I'm still gonna save the drum for the trigger next time. Get rid of this talent. Get in for 5. Hope we draw something good. Mainly something that triggers this Haliya, should she somehow survive. Shocking as it would be. Yeah. Balloon moved. Nice job. Well, supposedly they're dead next time. Wishful thinking and all that. Okay. Not a bad piece of cardboard. Sure. Nice job on the balloon moving. What a good spell snap. Wow, I'm being kind of punished for not hardcasting her. I should have just hardcasted. I don't know why I didn't. I'm too obsessed with the warp value, I guess. It might cost us the game though. That was a pretty big mistake. Too obsessed with the warping. Ooh, that's not bad though. Or they could just die. That could also happen. Alright, 5-1 with Momo White. You'd love to see it. Alright, chat, I'm going to be off. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more Standard on more Arena. y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye-bye.